Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. We're now joined by singer and songwriter who's been making waves in the music scene with her unique blend of pop, R&B and electric dance music. Welcome to the show, Nouri. We're so excited to have you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Not at all.
First of all, this look, this getup, it's so fab and chic. And you were telling us like you do a lot with your hair. Not do a lot. Like what are some of the movements?
Like this.
This chic
and then like maybe the helicopter sometimes.
Is that the helicopter or the cowboy?
It could be both. I mean, depends who you are.
Have you ever whipped your hair on someone when you just
I whipped it on myself the other day. So I was trying to do a TikTok cover and I'm singing Kill Bill by SZA. And it's Ramadan, so it was almost like karma because I like flicked my hair and then it came right back at me and I'm like, maybe I shouldn't sing the song.
Whipped you on the face?
Yeah, it's on my TikTok.
You're doing TikTok lives?
Yeah.
How are they for you?
It's amazing. I just get to connect with, my community just on such a more personal level. I feel like it's like a FaceTime call, which I love. So it's like, it's nice. I really love it.
Put it like that.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. And I know everyone's names and it's just like the same people and it's like dope. And then more people join and it's just amazing. I love it.
So we know who you are. Casey knows who you are. The world knows who you are. But for those living under a rock, tell us about
Who is Nouri?
Nouri is a Syrian refugee who's dreamt of singing since she was literally 4 and has been trying to, just work hard and do this thing for as long as I can remember. It's really that. Everything I do is for a purpose and I feel like it always goes back to my roots, which is I'm Kurdish, but I was born in a Syrian refugee camp and a moment that changed for me, realizing my purpose actually was when I got a video back from one of my first releases and it was the same refugee camp I was born into and they were all singing my song. So it was like such a 360 full circle moment that I will never forget. And it was that moment I realized everything I'm doing is not just for me, it's really bigger than music and that's who I am.
Wow, amazing history. How did you arrive when did you arrive in New Zealand?
We arrived when I was 3. So New Zealand opened up their doors to us when I was 3 because my sister needed medical attention and luckily, it was unfortunate, but luckily for that, we were able to go.
That's the reason.
Yeah.
And what was it like growing up in New Zealand as a Syrian refugee?
It was hard. We're very grateful for obviously a new start, but refugees don't choose to be refugees. They go into a new place and it's not their home and, you start from scratch. And for my mom raising 6 kids, it was really hard. But just seeing how she did it and doing it off of nothing is so inspiring. And I feel like that's where me and my sisters and my brother get our drive from. And just seeing her do it from nothing and you can really do anything from nothing. So
shout out to your amazing mom, by the way.
Shout out to my mother. Love
her.
It
is amazing and especially to have that figure in your life.
Yeah.
But that really gives such a strong sense of purpose. So with your music, is there something at the end of it that you want to achieve with your music?
I just want to be able to, because I feel like dreaming is such a luxury that not everybody gets. And I feel like that's why I never take it for granted. And the fact that I'm able to do it, I want to do it at such a level where I can actually give hope to those that were in similar situations to be like, wow, you know what, she was in my position and I feel like she can do it, I can do it. And that's ultimately what I want to be able to do. I want to be a household name. I want to be everything I want to achieve. And just kind of give back and give opportunities to those that were in the same position I was.
It's amazing because New Zealand isn't, there's not a huge number of artists coming from New Zealand, right? So not like, how did that happen? How did you kind of like break into the music scene there to make your way to the States after that?
Well, you know what's funny? I did it backwards. So I went straight to the States. So I just jumped into the deep end. So I was like, you know what? I'm dreaming so big and I would just want to go into the deep end where they're all doing it every day at such a high level. And I went there knowing no one.
What age were you?
I was like 18, 20 or something. Somewhere around back then. And I reached out to one producer. I did a cover of one of my favorite songs by Rihanna and it was Close to You. And I sent it to one of my best friends, Brian Kennedy, who produced that song, and he actually reached back out and was like, your voice is amazing. I was emailing him for like 6 months, like writing like, is this good? And it was so bad. And and he was like, you know what, you have to come to the States because it's out of sight, out of mind. And I'm like, I never forgot that. And I just got 3 jobs and was like, you know what, let me try to go there for a month just to be in the presence of, I feel like, greatness. And that's what I did. And you know, I went with Brian and we recorded for about a month. But obviously I didn't want to put all my eggs in one basket. I wanted to really build my network while I was there. And so I'd end up at events by myself, at other studio sessions by myself. And it was always daunting, but I knew I was supposed to be doing it. So it wasn't as scary. And that's kind of how I ended up here.
Interesting. And what made you take these steps? Because it's so courageous to like go out there on your own and just really step out of your comfort zone. You were with your family in New Zealand, but you're like, no, I mean, like everything you did was mostly stepping out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
So what gave you that push to do it?
Honestly, I just believed I could do it. And I'm like, if I don't do it, then it's just wasted. So if I don't do it, at least I can say, I just wanted to say I tried doing it. Even if I failed, it was fine. If I tried, it was good. And but I knew I wouldn't let myself fail. So I don't know, it was just almost like I had a point to prove when it was like, my mom was like, don't go, it's scary, all this stuff. But I'm like, look, you raised me. That's all I kind of need to say. It's just, okay, go. Look, you raised me. But no, I just wanted to prove a point because I'm Kurdish as well. Not many Kurdish, you know, women are allowed to do certain things. So I was just trying to push the boundaries in a lot of different areas. And I feel like, you know, you can do anything you put your mind to, and I just wanted to prove that to everyone.
Speaking of proving that, what was like the first moment where you were like, Mom, bros, sis, like, look what I've done in the States? Like, what was like the big moment that you're most proud of?
Ooh, I think doing the national anthem. I think doing the national anthem at 2 NBA games and 1 Dodgers game.
So cool.
That was the coolest thing. And you know, I felt like I manifested that because when my first LA trip, I was looking at the Staples Center and I was just like, oh my God, I just want to perform in there one day. I know I'm going to perform in there one day. And then I ended up doing 2 anthems in there. And then I bought a Dodgers baseball on that same trip. And then I ended up doing the national anthem for the Dodgers, which is insane to me. God. When I look back at that stuff, I'm like, this is actually insane. It actually works. Like, manifesting works and the universe helps you, but you do need to put in the work like every day and not just expect it to happen to you. I feel like you really need to.
You gotta change your ways, Casey. What are we doing wrong?
We're manifesting. We have the vision boards.
That's it. That's it. From today onwards, every night and every morning, we're just listening to audio clips on manifestation.
But manifesting and then working for it
she
at the same time.
Because
it goes hand in hand. I feel
like that part.
Yeah,
and speaking of being proud, which songs have you been the most proud of?
I feel like I'll always be proud of my first song, which is Where Do We Go From Here? Just because that did so well it did so well for a first song, and I didn't know what the reaction was going to be because I had never released music before then. I had done a bit in Daddy's Home too, which was like my vocal in the movie, which was amazing. And so releasing my first song, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know how people are going to take it. And then it did so well. And my friend, Tommy Brown, he decided him and Ariana Grande wanted to release Thank You Next and the same day. And I'm like, Tommy, give me a chance. And he's like, no, this is healthy competition. And I'm like, you know what, you're right. I'll know if my song is really good, if it's like competing against the best. And she did really well. I did really well in New Zealand, and obviously in the Middle East on Angami, I was actually beating her on the charts.
Oh my God.
Thank you, Tommy. But no, it was great. It was an experience I'll never forget. Even the video that we did, $0 budget, and it looked like it was just such a good video that I ended up
I was going to ask about the video. Like, what was it like shooting your first video? Are you a dancer as well, or how did you like get the moves going?
I'm a dancer, but this was more like an acting role, and I laugh at everything. So I was like, how am I gonna act serious now, especially with a guy that's like really hot? So I was like, He's like Leonardo DiCaprio. So I was just like, oh God, how do I act? And he's like, Nouri, just act. Like he was acting the whole time. And I'm like, I don't know. But I was trying to keep my serious face, but I'm laughing and I just didn't know how to do it. And but he was great. He made it so easy, so comfortable with them. Yeah, it was just so easy. It was just so easy.
You wouldn't have known.
You would have never known.
You'd never have known.
Never known.
But how casually she says, like, yeah, Ariana Grande, like just next door neighbors, healthy competition.
You know, I actually met her. She was amazing. Like, you know, you hear all these stories, but I never take these stories as like what they are. And then I met her at the studio house, and she was so sweet. She says hi to everyone and just hugs, like so sweet.
Okay, Team Selena, Team Hailey, which one?
I don't know why I knew you were gonna ask me this.
How did you? Wow.
I don't know. I just see.
You need to think more cool stuff because it keeps happening.
I'm getting to my.
You know what? I am 100% obviously Team Selena, but I do feel bad for the hate that Hailey's getting. But
Team Selena.
Is it real?
I don't know. I think it's real.
I don't know enough about it.
I think it's real. I think it's real. But honestly, I think the biggest question is why Justin Bieber hasn't said anything.
Oh, he's just stuck between two women, two cat fight that he never.
But I mean,
for.
Selena had to. You know, I'm not even gonna get into it. But you know, Selena's standing up for your wife, bro.
Yeah, true.
I think I need more context on this story.
It just was like mean girl stuff. I was just like, you know, this is not nice. Like, especially in 2023, are we still bullying people? Like, that's stupid.
Incredible.
We're moving on.
Moving on.
Yeah, love that. Love that. And yes, we are on the same team, so approved. Also, I wanted to ask, just getting a little serious, like when you were a refugee in New Zealand, did you face any like bullying or anything that you had to really overcome?
Yeah, 100%. I feel like after the 9/11 attacks, it was all over after that. Because before you could say, oh, you know, I'm Kurdish, I'm from Iraq, I was born in Syria, and people are like, oh my gosh, where is this? And then as soon as the 9/11 attacks happened, it was, oh my gosh, you're from there, you're a terrorist. So it was just so quickly how everything changed. And just walking back from school, you know, you would get like, I remember this one bully, he was just, me and my sisters were all huddled together. It was freaky. And he was just yelling a bunch of like things like terrorist this, terrorist that. And then it was just a scary time. And I didn't like it. And I can imagine everyone else was going through the same thing. So it's like, bullying sucks. Bullying sucks.
You use your platform to talk about mental health. Do you think it comes from at that point when you wanted to use your voice more?
100%. 100%. It all comes from my life experiences and what I've been through and what I've seen others been through. And you know, my mom even, for example, and just being in the industry and seeing other artists deal with mental health. So it's always around me, which is good that I know about it because that means people are talking about it. So it's always nice to have open conversations about mental health and how, you know, getting into that space, especially during the pandemic even. I know a lot of people were dealing with mental health issues, including myself. So I feel like I always want to be able to talk about it so people feel like it's okay and they're not alone. And I feel like that's in every situation, though, making sure that people don't feel like they're alone because that's the worst place you could be.
That's so true. It feels like you've lived a million lives, you know, in just this one lifetime. Right. So what is that one biggest lesson that you've taken away from everything?
One is to not care what people say about you, because I feel like that really will get to you. And I feel like believing in yourself and knowing that anything is possible, I feel like throughout my whole life, just believing that has made me feel like I can do anything, and it's made me actually do anything I wanted to do. So yeah, just that. It's not caring and being yourself completely. Like, thank God for TikTok, because I feel like a lot of people have been able to do that. Doesn't matter who you are, you can just completely be yourself. And I've realized as well how much people are the same. We're all the same. We're just in different bodies. We've all experienced the same things. We're just in different bodies. And it's a platform where people just don't care what other people say about them. So they're just completely themselves and feel like they can do anything. And I feel like that's the best place you can be in life.
In this, I guess, interview, manifestation has come up about 4 times. So we want to know, what are you manifesting for the future?
To sell out Madison Square Garden.
Oh.
To be based out here. I want to be based out here, between here and LA. Record just as many songs as possible. But yeah, I would say the biggest is selling out Madison Square Garden and maybe Coca-Cola Arena over here.
Yeah, let's sell out Coca-Cola Arena. We love that as a dream. Before you go, we want to play a little game with you. It's Kiwi slang.
Okay.
We're going to dish out some Kiwi slang, which they're famous for, with Nouri, and see how well you know them. And also a little explanation to go with the words would be great.
Okay. Because we don't know.
We don't know.
Okay, I hope I know these.
But how will we know if she's right?
I have a vague idea. Okay, Kiwi slang with Nouri. First up.
Munted.
Munted. Oh, like something's munted, like ugly.
Yeah.
Interesting. We have broken down here.
Really? I would say like, that looks munted.
Something is pretty much beyond repair, is what they say.
Yeah, kind of.
Like we are munted right now.
No, you're not.
Munted
on the it's a munted Monday.
No. I just thought it meant same thing. Broken.
Same thing, yeah.
Same thing. Okay, next up, dairy.
Oh yeah, it's like a convenience store. And then also in Australia they call it milk bar.
Milk
Really?
bar.
Yeah, which I always found was weird because I lived in Australia for 2 years. So when they started calling it milk bar, I'm like, that's a dairy.
You like the grocery shop, the bacala.
It's like a 7-Eleven.
The bacala.
Yeah, it's like a 7-Eleven.
I have no idea.
What do you call the grocery store here? It's a bacala, right?
Just the grocery store.
Ali?
Thumbs up, you got a thumbs up.
So at home we call it the news agent.
Oh.
Bacala. At home it's the news agent. The 7-Eleven, what do you call it?
Yeah, it's like a 7-Eleven.
In India, I think maybe Dukan, but over here I just call it supermarket. But like,
But this tiny one in the corner.
The tiny one.
the grocery store.
The grocery store.
That's what we call it, right?
Really?
Yeah, but at home in Ireland I call it the news agent, and here they call it the bacala.
I've never heard of that in my whole
But
life.
does it have groceries like
The
that?
milk bar, I tell you, sounds so wrong. So
Sounds
wrong.
delicious. I think it sounds good.
Milk bar.
Okay, what is a lolly?
Candy.
Sweet, like a sweet.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's what it is.
That's it. Are we
That's a
sure
lolly.
that's what it means?
Yeah.
Is it that simple?
New Zealanders use it to describe all sweets because
Yeah,
at home, a lolly for me would be like an ice pop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
She's saying candy, all sweets.
Lollies. So
All
like,
sweets.
Let's
Like-
get us some lollies.
it's
Yeah.
It's all
But
candy.
those are
Like let's go to the dairy and get some lollies.
Wow. It's like speaking in code.
Like,
Okay. Jangles.
You mean jandals?
oh, jandals.
It's like flip-flops.
Flip-flops. That's so cute, the jangles.
And you know what they call it in Australia? I'm giving you guys both because we're basically neighbors. They call it thongs.
Thongs.
Songs for the slippers.
Yeah.
Flip-flops.
That can get so confusing.
I know,
anywhere
but you
else.
know what? I was just thinking about it like the other week or something. Yeah, it actually makes sense because it kind of looks like one.
The shape.
Yeah. There was all sense when they were coming up with that in Australia. We know that for sure.
Can you imagine like how that can get lost in translation
100%.
anywhere else?
100%. That's why it's always funny to bring it up. You're like, oh yeah, they call it thong.
But you actually use jandals in normal.
Jandals.
The jandals.
Jandals, sandals.
I'm
same
still
thing.
picking that up.
Okay, 2 more. Tiki tour. You've been away too long.
Tiki tour. Yeah, that can mean a bunch of stuff in New Zealand. Tiki tour?
Really?
Is it like a drinking? No, I'm not about to say it because I don't want to embarrass the nation. Tiki tour. No, I don't know what that is.
So, like, if you were going to someone's house, you might get called out for if you take the long route.
Oh, okay. I don't know that.
So, if like you're all going to a friend's house and you go the long way, everyone's like, "Oh, you're taking a tiki tour."
Oh, okay. No, that. Okay.
Oh,
I never knew
like
that.
a detour.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Like you're taking maybe forever.
Oh,
Yeah,
tiki tour.
your information's more up to date than ours, so I don't know about this one.
I'll confirm
I think I
it.
can get behind these slangs. Okay.
Yeah, same.
Crook.
Crook?
Crook.
Like you're a crook. Doesn't everyone say that?
I don't know. I thought it
a
was something
fraud.
different.
It's got a different meaning in New Zealand.
Really? A crook? Are you sure? How's it spelled?
CROOK.
I would say that's like a fraud. Like,
No.
what is it? And then I'll.
No.
So when to use in a sentence? I went out for a curry last night and I've been feeling a little crook all day.
Ah, sick.
Is that right?
Yeah, when you use it in a sentence like that, it makes more sense.
Oh, I have sentences for all of them.
Fraud.
I thought you're giving us the sentences.
So tiki tour, are we taking the tiki tour to Sarah's house? Tiki tour is so cute. So if your colleague's late for work, you'd be like, hey, you took the tiki tour to work today? That's great. Love it.
Yeah, okay.
That is such a nice sugar-coated way.
I never knew that tiki tour one.
Before you leave us, what is your favorite New Zealand slang?
I always say bro.
Bro?
Or sweet.
No, give us something.
For like your bro?
Like yeah, bro. Like bro. Like I always say bro.
That is just so.
Is it okay? Wait. Okay. They say chur.
Chur.
Yeah.
What's chur?
So chur basically means sweet.
A chur. That's
like cool.
Yeah. They're like, oh yeah, chur, bro.
Chur,
or just
bro.
Chur.
So cool.
That interview was chur, bro.
That was so chur. Thank you so much, Nouri, for your time today. We cannot wait to see you sell out Coca-Cola Arena and then Madison Square Garden. We want to be with you every step of the way. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys.
Not at all.
No.
That is all we have time for the Lovin Dubai show. We'll see you tomorrow morning, same time, same place. Goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.